So I have to say thank you to a lot of you people. I'm 52 and this is me, right? Like I'm 200 pounds, 5'10" and a half. I've good day, maybe just slightly south of 5'11", maybe, I don't know. I'm not really that tall, but missing a lung and running companies and having a family and going through a lot of pretty crazy things in my life. You know, I've had the opportunity to just totally crash and burn my life if I wanted to. And I could have started drinking a bunch of alcohol and taking a bunch of prescription medications, or even worse, non-prescription medications. And I could have gone into listen, this is important before you guys are like, oh, here we go. I'm going to talk about CJC 1295 and Ipamorelin there. Now you know what I'm going to talk about and why they're so bloody effective together, to the point where it almost, it's about that fountain of youth thing, right? Everybody's chasing that fountain of youth. Everybody wants to stave off the aging, and you've been told that aging is normal, which it is. You're going to die. But and I'll come back to what I was saying at the beginning, but it's the idea that it's normal to have such a massive decline and you need to accept it. That's ridiculous, because to come back to me, I'm 52 years old. There's nothing special about me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing spectacular about me. And so I am a regular bearded, bald dude, right? With the same stresses that everybody else has, the same sleepless nights, the same headaches and exhaustion and fatigue and frustration and the irritation with people and the cross you bear and the desire to escape and all of it. I have the same things as you do. I really do. And I know I get messages from you guys saying, God, I don't know how you do it. That's so awesome. How'd you become so badass? There is nothing badass about me. Nothing. I am just like you. I am the same person as you are. Whoever you are watching this, I am exactly the same person as you. I have the same physiology. I have the same biology. I have the same system. The only thing I've changed is what I'm doing. And that's it. That's it. And honestly, I was making a bunch of bad decisions until I rolled out of the hospital, and not a ton, but enough where I thought I was killing the game, and I wasn't. And you know why I come out here and I'm so intense, and why I just dump all this information on you? I want you guys to learn this so you know it as well, if not better than I do, is because I want you to be able to do the same thing with your life. Like I said, 52 years old, I run, move, function like an athlete, and I feel fantastic. Like I am so strong. I'm so freakishly strong, and I can run so far, and I have one lung. Remember, I only got one balloon over here. This one's gone. I'm covered in muscle. I'm lean. I don't take all kinds of crazy things. All you guys running around going, wow, how much gear do you take? None. First of all, I can't. I'm not taking a chance with that. I have nothing against gear at all, by the way. I think TRT, you call it anabolic steroids, whatever you want to call it, I think it's absolutely phenomenal. I think anybody taking testosterone is a genius, absolutely friggin' genius. And the only idiots that go against that are the people that go, that's cheating. The only people that say that are the fat people at the bottom who aren't willing to do the work. And the people that are on gear, just so we're clear, are still doing just a ton of work. So save your judgment and your excuses. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying everybody's chasing the joints that don't hurt, the back that doesn't ache, the nights where they can sleep, the equipment that gets hard when it should, the equipment that gets wet when it should, the mindset that isn't foggy and struggling to remember where your keys are, the fact that you're holding a cup of coffee in your hand, the ability to have fantastic eyesight. I'm at 52. I'm not wearing glasses. I don't need them. I just took my license 6 months ago. Perfect. Easy. It has nothing to do. And by the way, just so you know, staring at this phone, I'll give you a little anecdotal data. Every time I spend a ton of time on this thing doing work, because I have a bad habit of doing all my work on my phone and not on my laptop, I feel faster, to be honest. I don't know if you guys are like that as well, but my thumbs type just as fast, if not faster, than typing on a keyboard. I can type fast as shit. But you know what I notice is that because of the refresh rate and how this screen affects my eyesight, my eyes are so fatigued at the end of the day using my phone that when I go to read things on the television or from far away, it's blurry. It's difficult to see. And I didn't put the two together until I didn't use my phone, and my eyesight got a whole bunch better. No, I started figuring it out and I'm weird like that. I keep track of data, and which is, how do you think I learn all this stuff? I keep track of everything. And I noticed that the more I'm on my phone, the worse my vision gets. And then when I put my phone down, the better my vision gets. And because the ciliary muscles and the muscle like that control the iris of your eyes, and the lens, the muscles that control your lens, and the 6 eye muscles, yes, there are 6, they get tired. You don't think they get fatigued? If I stood here and I just started doing curls for 8 hours a day, you don't think my bicep both of them would just be trashed, I'd be wrecked. It's like holding this cup of coffee. You hold this for a minute, not so bad. Hold it for an hour, you're not going to be able to do it. This coffee cup gets progressively heavier. Gravity doesn't change. You run out of gas. So that's the way I look at chasing this fountain of youth. I don't think you're supposed to be decrepit and ruined at 40 or 50. I know 40-year-olds, they're trash. Like, what if you could listen to this podcast right here, this episode, I don't know what we are, 313? And what if you can listen to this episode right here? And boy, I hope it's 313. It might be 314, to be honest. But you can listen to this episode right here, and you get all the information required to put your system back together and get on the way to being much more youthful and functional. What if that's what what if the information you get off of this does that for you? That's the whole point of this podcast, by the way. It's you guys are chasing the fountain of youth. And like I said, I'm talking about CJC 1295 and Ipamorelin, but there's more. I'm going to tie this all in together with a great blueprint for you guys that'll help you a ton, but you have to be willing to do it. And that's where people struggle, because they go, I'm not getting instant results. And then you just go back to spoon feeding yourself with a lie. I love, like my wife, so you guys I always ask what my wife's stack is. She has none. It just so you understand how savage Brandy is and how badass my wife is, how much I love this woman. If she ever gets injured, and she does, she trains so beastly hard. And if you say genetics, her mom's fat and her dad has a dad bod. No, absolutely not. There's no genetics there. The reason I'm saying, and don't get offended, it's just a fact. So what? They're just words and descriptive. But here's why I'm saying this. When she gets injured, she has to be almost at a 9.5 out of 10 for her to go, maybe I should take some BPC. And she'll take one shot. She'll get one injection of 1 to 2 milligrams and then just be like, I didn't like it. She hates needles. And that's it. You know what she takes? Vitamin C. It's this product called from Professional Complementary Health Formulas for perimenopause, anything like that, called Graceful Change. It's phenomenal. It's fantastic. I love their product. And vitamin B, turmeric, and omega-3, and some zinc. That's it. We eat all the time. We eat cookies and homemade bread and bagels, and she'll eat ice cream. And last night we had enchiladas covered in sauce, homemade. My wife is a phenomenal chef. Jeez, that woman can cook. Holy shit, can that woman cook. But you guys think there has to be this laundry list of stuff. And when I give you these solutions to something, remember that something came from a lack of resources in your body. Diseases aren't normal. You know that, right? That's why I said I have the 3 biological failures: ATP shortage, insulin sensitivity, and a systemic inflammation problem. And that's it. You have any of those issues and they manifest in various symptoms. You have various diseases and they're all the same. Solve those 3 problems and the disease goes away. They don't want you to believe that, and they have to tell you, no, it's something else, something big and fancy. Not true. So imagine if you kept the system robust, or you just decided, you know what, today's the day where I got 80 pounds on my frame and it's 80 pounds too much because I look like the Stay Puft friggin' Marshmallow Man. I need to do something about this fat, disgusting, cytokine puking machine that is causing more problems and more of a burden to my family and the people I love than anything else in the world. And I just need to you know that your husband or your wife is going to love you regardless, but they're going to love you more and feel safer with you and want to do more with you when you're not fat and gross and broken on a bunch of drugs. Stop getting mad about it. That's not normal. You have normalized pathology and going, that's just how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to get sicker as you get older. No, you're not. Not at all. You've been lied to. You've been told a story that this aging is this inevitability, that there's nothing you can do about this, but you're supposed to have this graceful decline, but you're just supposed to just slip into chaos. You're supposed to get weaker and softer and slower, and everything's supposed to suck, and your best years are always behind you. What a lie. What kind of BS is that? It's a lie that pharmaceutical companies and wellness gurus and the PhD wannabes that have no business giving you guys advice. The entire sickness industry makes them billions. It's making them billions of dollars. So listen, I will give you 15, 20, 25 minutes of my life right now to burn that lie to the ground with complete and utter factual biochemistry. I'm not talking about biohacks or special little things that you take this root or this berry. And by the way, some of those things are incredibly effective. I have nothing but respect for Dr. Brian Ardis. That guy is so intelligent, so insanely intelligent. And he has so many remedies that work. It blows my mind. I would spend all day talking to that guy. I could sit there and have a conversation with that guy for 24 hours straight and just live off of caffeine, because that guy has so many answers. And guess what he gets? Banned, canceled, shut down, muted, hidden, throttled. Why? Because he's doing the same thing I'm doing. He's just done it for longer. And that guy is breaking the model that is out right now that is causing people to be sick and diseased and having you guys buy into it. We are the people you need to be listening to, because I actually care about mankind. I told you 1 million people. That's my mission. And I actually want it to be bigger in the next year. that I want to have cured from all kinds of whatever their problem is. You just keep throwing your problems at me. I'm going to give you answers that work. I will not let you down. You just have to give me the question. And if you ask me stupid questions, I'm going to ignore you and poke little pins in a little doll that's shaped like you. I just don't have time for assholes. I have a no asshole policy. I was at Gracie's Crossley in California, and that was always his policy. So I got a no asshole policy. Sure enough. Good. So listen. You need to take the steering wheel of your own physiology. I'll show you how to do it today. It's effective. But look at the engine of your entire youth and your function, growth hormone. And everybody's like, oh, I'm going to take GH. It's the fountain of youth. Wrong. It actually has more problems than you can. Listen, I got nothing against it. If you're taking growth hormone and you argue about it and you give me no stars and no likes, and you're like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, that's great. I'll guarantee you that I function better than you. I move better than you. I have better sex than you. I have a better mind than you. I'm sharper than you. I make more than you. I'm happier than you. I function more efficiently than you because I don't take weird little Instabro information and try and argue about it. I just actually look at the biochemistry and the physiology, which is why I'm trying to impart all of this wisdom on you guys. So do with it what you want. But if you're here to argue all the time, listen, stay off my channel. Because I just don't have time for it. And I never read the comments. So you guys get in the comments. You guys are talking to each other. Just so you know, I have read the number of YouTube comments I have read in the last 6 months, 0. Maybe slightly, maybe I've answered 5 in total just because I was bored and it popped up. I was like, yeah, shit, I'll answer this guy. And thank you for the comments. I love it. Thank you so much for the conversations. But if you're going to talk trash or be anything, that you don't value your own life. You value your ego. So listen to me. You don't need growth hormone. You need to have your system make growth hormone. It's insanely effective. Your pituitary gland releases growth hormone and pulses, GH, little pulses, bang. And it does it mostly while you're sleeping. GH tells your liver, growth hormone isn't the be all end all. The action where all the cool stuff happens is your liver, which is why you don't screw with your liver, you guys, ever. It produces insulin-like growth factor 1, IGF-1. This GH IGF-1 axis is the master regulator of growth and repair and all of your metabolic function. But about 30 years old, this signal tanks. It starts to get quieter and softer and a little more dull every single year, and the pulses get weaker and less frequent. And the result is you lose muscle and you gain fat, your skin thins and your energy tanks, and your recovery slows to this toddler's crawl. It's not aging, though. It is hormonal decay. Please understand they're not the same. So the multi-billion-dollar question has been always the same thing. How do we fix this? And they have the nonsense that I see online and the stuff people put together and the oral compounds that people are trying to sell you that are going to do anything but separate. It's just going to separate money from you from your money. They're not going to do anything. You guys got to stop listening and start looking at how your engine works. Somebody telling you I have this magic sand that's going to make your car run better, just pour it in your tank. Some of you guys will be like, great, I can't wait, let's do it. And then wonder why your engine seizes. That's what you're doing to your body. Listen, for decades, I get it, for decades, the answer has been synthetic GH injections. It's expensive. It's incredibly cumbersome, to be honest, and it shuts down your body's own production. It's like paying a fortune to break your natural thermostat, smash it, so your furnace doesn't work, so you have to buy a space heater instead. How does that make sense? Because here's what happened. Science came along, biochemistry came along, endocrinology started paying attention, and instead of a giant wrecking ball that comes in and mows over your own production, growth hormone releasing hormone analogs showed up. And this is where everything comes together in a really beautiful way. Look at CJC 1295. This is a signal. The best way to explain it is a signal amplifier. It is a synthetic analog of GHRH. It is not growth hormone itself. It is the signal that taps the pituitary and tells it, hey man, turns it on, time for you to release growth hormone. Like right now, come on, let's go. But there's 2 versions of this peptide too, and choosing the wrong one is the difference between a firecracker and a pretty much sustainable nuclear fusion reaction. And they're radically different. And I had somebody ask, they're like, some lady, she's like, speak in old lady terms. I'm so confused with your explanation. Hey, grandma, pick up on your knowledge. Sorry, I'm not slowing down. It's not meant to be a jerk, but I'm not slowing down. This is the only speed I've got. Changing who I am is not going to benefit anybody except you. CJC without DAC, drug affinity complex, has a half-life of 30 minutes at best. So you inject it. It gives this very strong, but very brief pulse of growth hormone, and then it's gone. It's like smashing your skinny pedal to the floor in your car, right? Revving your engine, and then just like right to the floor and then turning the key off. It's functional, but very inefficient. I'm not about that with physiology, and your body doesn't like that. If you look at CJC 1295 with DAC, this is a game changer, the way they designed this, because it binds, I'll explain this. DAC stands for drug affinity complex. I think I need to back up a little bit because some of you guys are like, what the hell are you talking about? It binds to the molecule, the peptide, to the analog, right? To albumin, which is the most abundant protein in your blood by far. This gives it a half-life of 7, 8 freaking days. This isn't a pulse. This is a sustained presence. And I know already what you're about to say. Okay, don't we desensitize receptors? No, that's not how this works. Let me explain, because I get it, but it's not, you're not taking it at this high level all the time. So let me explain physiology. Like, why is taking it with DAC? Because the logic is, if I take it as a pulse, isn't that more like the body? Let me explain from A to Z so you get this. Physiology 101, why mixing it with anchoring that molecule to like having it piggyback the drug affinity complex is so much more efficient. Your body thrives on rhythms, right? Not shock. Okay. Step one. So a constant low, it's very low. It's low. It's like it tickles, right? The pituitary, very low level presence of CJC 1295 with DAC. I'm going to keep saying it because you guys will get confused. Mimics the natural pulsatile secretion of GH far more effectively than these sporadic jolts of the non-DAC version. So that's why it's a big deal. Your ego says, no, that's not it, but your physiology agrees with me. It creates a very stable, elevated baseline of IGF-1. So they even proved this. In 2006, there was a study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism that demonstrated that a single injection, just one single injection of CJC 1295 with DAC increased mean plasma GH and IGF-1 levels by tenfold. It went from 2, it ramped up on its own. See, this is what I'm saying is it went from 2 all the way up to 10-fold, 10x over 6 days. So it doesn't give you that hard hit. You understand why I'm telling you this? That big hard hit out of the gate isn't going to benefit you. In fact, it's going to cause a lot more problems. So you get much more of a benefit with this slow ramping up. So it's not a big giant hammering where your gland just goes bananas and then your liver just fights and goes berserk trying to crank out IGF-1. It doesn't work like that. It slowly ramps up your own production over 6 days. You get the anabolic reparative benefits of elevated IGF-1 around the clock, not just for 30 minutes to 60 minutes post-injection. Do you see now why? So now you're 144 plus hours. It's automatic, right? It's like a Ronco. Just set it and forget it. It's superior in every single measurable way. So now you know why, but the signal's useless. Listen, this is why you have to marry this with something else. This is why I always say CJC 1295 with DAC and Ipamorelin, they're married. They're joined at the hip. It's like conjoined twins. You do not take one without the other. Don't do it. It's just a waste of your time. You're limiting what your body is capable of by orders of magnitude. It's so different. So it's useless without a very clean trigger, the CJC. But this is where this whole Ipamorelin thing comes in. So Ipamorelin is that trigger. Ipamorelin is growth hormone releasing peptide. It's a GHRP. It's a different key for a different lock on your pituitary gland. So while CJC 1295, GHRH analog, is the amplify signal, Ipamorelin, watch, this is why it's cool. It's so, right, CJC, amplify. Ipamorelin is the release signal. Its brilliance is in the selectivity. So earlier GHRPs, God forbid you guys are still using this stuff, GHRPs, also stimulated the release of cortisol and prolactin. So it screwed up your system. It's a very unwanted side effect and one that they went, we can't do anything about it. Yeah, welcome to science. They just did. Ipamorelin is the first clinically proven selective, no cortisol, no prolactin spikes whatsoever, first selective GHRP. So it promotes the GH release, honestly, with remarkable specificity if you look at blood without significantly affecting other pituitary hormones whatsoever, which makes it a very precise tool. So here's why they work so well together. They're almost unbeatable because this is the magic between the two. This is the 1 + 1 = 10 effect, right? So CJC 1295 with DAC creates the fertile ground, which is a heightened state of readiness in your somatotroph cells. And Ipamorelin is the very precise, very clean, very strong trigger that harvests that readiness into a powerful, natural functioning, natural feeling growth hormone pulse. Think of it like this. CJC 1295 with DAC it's like, I'm trying to think of how to do this. It's like building a huge dam, creating a massive reservoir of potential energy. It's almost like the way ATP is created too, right? With the proton gradient and the dam. So I'm going to use this same example because it's the easiest one for me to use actually. So it's like you got this huge dam and then you've got this reservoir of potential energy, which is elevated baseline IGF-1, right? That's what this is. Ipamorelin is like opening the floodgates in a controlled, powerful burst, right? You open the floodgates and the dam ensures there's always water and the floodgates direct the flow. So you open it up with the Ipamorelin and you get this rush of a controlled, powerful burst. That's where this comes in and how it works. So it fills the reservoir, CJC, which you can't do if it's without DAC, right? So it fills the reservoir and it does it over 6 to 8 days. And then Ipamorelin pulses this open and it gives this massive rush of exactly what you need. Now, research proves it. Endocrine Connections, a study in Endocrine Connections highlighted that the combined use of a GHRH analog and a GHRP results in a synergistic release of GH that is infinitely greater than the sum of their individual effects, which is why it's useless. If you guys are taking them independently, why? Stop it. Because you're not just adding two signals, you are creating a multiplicative feedback loop, right? That powerfully restores that youthful, right? Here's the reservoir, gates come open, youthful GH IGF-1 axis. That's why this is so effective. This is why understanding biochemistry and endocrinology helps. I'm trying to give you guys the information. That's all I'm saying. So look at the longevity, the why, right? The physiology, the muscle physiology, the longevity, like the why behind all this thing. So let me explain what this restored axis actually does. Just talk pure biology from A to Z. So the decline of GH and IGF-1 is pretty much the hallmark of aging, right? But so by doing it, you're directly combating this hallmark of aging, right? Look at cellular repair and autophagy. But I start laughing at my own stuff. You're old when you start laughing at your own jokes. It's stupid. So when I'm saying autophagy, I was outside actually it was earlier today with my wife, and I said, I think I'm going to start calling it autophagy, and I'm going to say that. And I'm going to do an entire podcast and I'm going to do it on autophagy. And I'm going to say autophagy the whole time. And I want to see how many Insta bros get in my comments and go, bro doesn't even know how to say it. Because I love doing stuff like that. Because some of you guys get so worked up for the dumbest things. I'll even spell it wrong. I'll spell it F-A-G-G-Y. You can laugh. You don't have to. I don't care. I still think it's funny as hell. So if you look at cellular repair and autophagy, I just can't help it. I can't unhear it now. IGF-1, this is how it works. IGF-1 upregulates mTOR pathways, and then it stimulates the protein synthesis, while at the same time, right, simultaneously, it promotes autophagy, which is the cellular housekeeping process that clears out all the damaged components, all the stuff that's broken. It either eats it, assimilates it, or kills it and destroys it and uses it for component parts, right? So this is crucial for preventing the accumulation of cellular junk, just the crap, the waste and floating parts that are hovering around inside your system, which are all linked, by the way, to neurodegenerative diseases and all the aging problems. So if you look at the way it's all set up, it's set up for you to win just by combining these two compounds, these two peptides. That's just the beginning. Look at your metabolic health. Look at insulin sensitivity. So insulin sensitivity gets improved radically, not the way, if you look at growth hormone itself, just direct exogenous GH, hijacks insulin massively. You get so many problems. You get so many insulin issues, diabetes, you get so many issues with growth hormone. And before you get in my comments and get mad, I'm right. Stop defending things just because you don't like that I'm taking what you're doing and I'm filling it full of holes. So the CJC and Ipamorelin improve insulin sensitivity. It promotes lipolysis, which is the fat burning aspect of your body, right? And shifts your substrate utilization towards fat for energy, and it almost becomes glycogen. This is going to improve metabolic flexibility, which, just so you know, out of the gate, is one of the key markers of health span, not lifespan. Health span. The growth hormone and IGF-1, the receptors are so abundant in the heart and the brain. There's so many there, so many. And those are two of the most mitochondrial dense and metabolically active areas of your entire body. So the combination promotes cardiac output, vascular health, has neuroprotective effects. It supports memory, cognitive function, recall, executive function, vascular health. I could do this all day, all because you combine them. Never mind the muscle growth. You want to get jacked? Here you go. Listen, this is very direct and very powerful. It taps hypertrophy signaling with a jackhammer. IGF-1 activation is the primary driver of the mTOR pathway, which is the master switch for muscle protein synthesis. Here's what it does. It tells your muscles to grow. Where do I sign up? Never mind the satellite cell activation for repair, all kinds of stuff. IGF-1 recruits the stem cells that are directly responsible for muscle repair and growth. It enhances your body's ability to build new muscle tissue and recover from all the damage that you keep doing every single day because you don't get any damn sleep and you live off of monsters. I'm just saying, I'm not wrong. Enhances nitrogen retention. So just so you know, a positive nitrogen balance is critical. It's essential for an anabolic state. You can't do it without it. So the growth hormone, the GH-IGF-1 axis significantly improves nitrogen retention. So it creates this internal environment that is it's specifically designed for growth. Like it's just fertile for growth. So you're not just getting bigger muscles, you're building a more metabolically robust, functionally younger body. And that's just 2 compounds. You wait till you get to the end. And listen, I was thinking about this because I've been talking about this a lot. The cancer boogeyman, right? Oh, yeah, the cancer boogeyman. Got it. Because people are like, what about cancer? I heard it's going to cause cancer. Everything. You guys and your cancer. I look at Reddit forums and I have to stop because it just makes me dumber. It's like watching SpongeBob. I can't. You guys need to stop getting in the comments on Reddit just to feel important because you go on ChatGPT. ChatGPT lies, right? You know what I got from you guys the other day was people going, dang, man, how are you so smart? Because I spend my time reading and understanding this stuff. I've done it for 30 years and I'm just giving it all to you for free. I'm not, like I said, you want to buy from Elite Biogenics and you get all your stuff from me? Perfect. Love it. If you don't, you know what? Watch, you ready? Perfect. Love it. You want to join the Black Card and actually get the answers and understand what in the holy hell is going on in your body and how to solve most of the problems, if not all of them? Awesome. Perfect. If you don't, awesome. Perfect. I'm still here every day. So you decide, Black Card, Elite, no Black Card, no Elite. It doesn't make a difference to me. I say this in every single podcast. This isn't a marketing podcast. I had somebody go, yeah, you're just marketing your stuff. Where am I ever going? But just wait, there's more. I'm never doing that. I'm not the sham wow guy. That guy's good though, huh? Like, I want you guys to understand this. So listen, let me explain the cancer thing. Because if you guys go, but wait, won't this give me cancer? This is the biggest, most pervasive, and the most intellectually lazy objection I think I've ever heard. It's based on a fundamental misunderstanding of pathophysiology completely. So I'm going to dissect the crap out of this. Watch. CJC 1295 with DAC. The fear is that elevated IGF-1 fuels cancer, right? So here's the reality. Pure science. IGF-1 is a permissive factor, not an initiating factor. They're not the same. It can help an existing cancer, grow faster, but it does not cause cancer. Cancer initiation requires genetic mutations and a very specific environment. It requires my 3 biological failures: ATP shortage, can't repair the tissue; systemic inflammation, constant immune fire; and insulin. What? Insulin what? Resistance. Yeah, go figure. All the things that your body hates. Yeah, I'll show you. There was a meta-analysis in 2019 in the Annals of Oncology by a guy named Dr. Key. And he concluded that while associative studies show a correlation between naturally high IGF-1 levels and certain cancers, interventional studies, watch this, using GH or GH secretagogues in adults with normal hormonal axis have never, ever demonstrated an increase in cancer incidence. You guys ask about human trials, there's your mic drop. One day, you guys are going to stop listening to the wrong people and start listening to the right ones like me. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be long after I'm gone, or it's too late for you. Like, where is it? No, there it is. You can see it every day. Where is it? Can you see that? Right there. That is my nicotine patch. 7 milligrams every day. Just leave it at that. So look, crucially, objectively, CJC 1295 restores a youthful hormonal profile. Are 25-year-olds at a massively higher risk of cancer than 50-year-olds because their IGF-1 is higher? No. In fact, just to be very clear, the opposite is true. The risk in having an active malignancy, that's the risk. It's not, you get it, right? The risk is actually having the friggin' problem. So if you have cancer, no, you shouldn't take it. If you don't, you are restoring a vital health parameter of your physiology. Do you get that? And if you go, well, how do I know if I have it? Oh, geez. Okay, I don't know what if. That's about where you go, because if you're looking for what ifs, you're looking for reasons and permission to stay where you are, so you have an excuse. Me, I'm taking everything and doing everything I can to be here as long as I can with my wife and my kids and help as many of you as I can. That's it. The key is monitoring regular blood work, including, PSA if you have to for men. I think blood work is non-negotiable anyway. Check your LH, your FSH for your hormones. Check your growth hormone. Check your free testosterone, check your thyroid, your TSH. But this is about smart, responsible enhancement, not a bunch of blind risk taking. You are worse off going and taking growth hormone, exogenous growth hormone. You want to be worried? That should worry you. You become a knuckle-dragging, long, four-headed person. You don't think that's going to cause metabolic issues and it puts you in an environment? It jacks up your insulin right out of the gate. It's one of my 3 biological failures. Check one of the boxes that puts you in the realm of cancer. Why would you sign up for that? Nope. I've been through cancer too many times. Forget it. Forget it. Watching my wife, looking at my wife laying on this tiny ass little green vinyl couch after they pulled out a lung that the last time, getting resuscitated by my wife while my son is walking back and forth on the driveway, hysterical at probably 8 years old, 9 years old. I was out. I collapsed in front of my wife, smashed my knee in my face. She rolled me on my back on my driveway in California. My son was outside. He was in a onesie. And all I remember is waking up, hearing your hearing comes back first. I remember hearing him freaking out, screaming hysterically, going, he's my best friend. He's my best friend. He's my only best friend. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to hear. And my son, I cannot take that image out of his mind. My son was sick the other day, a couple of weeks back, over the toilet, and he was shaking. And he goes, I never want to go to the hospital because of what happened to you. And he was crying. That's how traumatic this was to see what happened to his dad. Are you out of your ever-loving mind? Do you think I'm going to take any chances with my health and sit there and live this little life about what if it doesn't work? Forget it. I make sure every day that I'm a juggernaut for my family. You can listen to me. You can ignore me. You can hate me. You can love me. But either way, it doesn't change what I do. I love my wife so much. I love my kids so much. Why would I not do everything? Why would I listen to the powers that are managed decline, you guys? The ones that censor me, the ones that pull YouTube videos down, the ones that that cancel me on social media, the ones that or these little crybabies that run around going, I'm going to report him, or whatever it is that people do. Why? Because I'm giving you the answer? I don't stand to gain anything. It's not like you guys are all lining up at some clinic that I don't have. I don't have a clinic. You guys ask about when can I come see you? The only thing you can do is do one-on-one. You want me to work with you? Absolutely. And I'll work one-on-one with you. Absolutely. But you have to do everything I tell you to do. And yes, there's a fee, and it is a big fee, because I don't want people just to ask me, hey, bro, I just want to ask you a dosage question. If that's what you think one-on-one is, I am never going to work with you, just so you know. If you want your health, if you want to be built into a juggernaut, like you make Wolverine look like a sissy, and you want help, I don't care what it is, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, I don't care, cancer, the common cold, ED, it doesn't matter. I'll work with you until the solution is there, because I told you I have a mission. This is all I got. It's all I ever want to do. So support at SpartanArmyLLC.com. Either Jessica with a K or Amber. Those are my executive assistants. I now have 2. You ask them. They'll give you all the information. But don't get mad because you get the investment that you have to make in your health. Because I promise you this, laying in a hospital bed and having one day left, if you had $1 million, if you are any kind of a man or a woman, and they said, we'll give you one more day, I wouldn't even think twice to spend it. You think Steve Jobs wouldn't have sold everything just to have another day, another year? Bullshit. I've been on the end of that equation. There's no price I wouldn't have paid other than my soul to God. That's the one that won't change. I will not do anything negative there. But everything else, sell it all. I'll get rid of it all just to get another day with my wife and kids. You're insane if you think you're any different. So you decide what you want with help. I'm a walking billboard of what works, and I do want to help. I'm just not helping people that don't want help. Listen, let me get back to this. So the safety profile of Ipamorelin, this thing is wicked. It is even more compelling than the CJC. It is this selective binding feature that makes it so badass. So expert opinion on investigational drugs. There was a review of this, of Ipamorelin in the expert opinion investigational drugs. And it highlighted its clean side effect profile very precisely. Here's why though. Remember what I said about prolactin and cortisol, right? It avoids spiking at all. No prolactin spike, no cortisol spike. You guys still using Sermorelin? Are you out of your ever-loving mind? And if you go, well, I got great results with Sermorelin, didn't do anything to me, then you're just lucky, because that stuff is trash. It's dirty, it's garbage, it's like the old GHRP6s. They're just junk. The hormones that can be far more problematic, by the way, are prolactin and cortisol. Great when they're needed, lousy when you're cranking them up because you're trying to do something else. They just get in the way. The cancer fear is a relic of an outdated, risk-averse medical paradigm that would rather have you wither away and shrink into nothing until you are a headstone safely than take calculated, scientifically backed up steps to enhance your health span. You don't need to drink some weird kid's blood. You don't need to do anything like that. You need to actually pay attention to the physiology and go, well, dang, this actually works. Listen, here, I'll lay it out for you. I'll even help you here. I'll lay it out for you to play it out. So you have your foundational GH restorative stack, right? Let's go full kangaroo research study right here. One of you guys needs to send me a name for my kangaroo. If you give me some weird name that makes no sense because you're trying to be an a-hole, I'm just going to ignore it. So give me one of you guys, send me, it's got to be on Instagram or it's got to be an email. I want a name for the kangaroo. That's going to be the name for all of my experiments. So think of something cool. Don't ask me why it's a kangaroo. I just chose it one day because everybody's, it's going to be a mouse. I think kangaroo's a big ass mouse anyway, but that's my opinion. Don't you ever watch Bugs Bunny, that kangaroo with the boxing gloves? So we have our experiment, our kangaroo experiment, the GH restoring stack, right? CJC 1295 with DAC and Ipamorelin. Okay, this is the foundation of this entire thing. But why stop there? How about you just follow me? Let's build the whole thing using a system that's designed to make you as indestructible as possible. Instead of you want to move from restorative to capitalizing on your own physiology. You guys cool with that? So watch. The foundation, right? CJC 1295 with DAC and Ipamorelin. This is going to restore the master youth hormone access. MOTS-C, not even a question. So if you go, what about this? Stop it. This is exactly why I'll never take you as a client or a patient, because you're going to be like, what about this? It doesn't help then. Why are you hiring me? So this is the mitochondrial upgrade of all upgrades. Mitochondrial, MOTS-C, mitochondrial derived peptide, but it doesn't work on hormones. It works on cellular energy. So MOTS-C is released in response to metabolic stress like exercise, and it mimics the effect of exercise and caloric restriction. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you? It improves insulin sensitivity massively. Remember what I said? It makes you brutally insulin sensitive. It just shoves glucose into the muscles. It's wicked. And it makes metabolic homeostasis. It cranks up metabolic homeostasis so your balance is so good, but it does this by activating the AMPK pathway, which is the opposite pathway of mTOR. Right? AMPK, mTOR, they're opposing forces. So it creates this very beautiful balance between the two. While CJC, Ipamorelin, builds and repairs, MOTS-C is optimizing the engine's fuel efficiency. So if you look at in cell metabolism, it shows massive effect on preventing diet-induced obesity and insulin resistance, MOTS-C. Why would you not take that? Now, I will say this, hypothetically, some of you guys get itchy red spots. Dilute it more. Stop trying to take so much at the same time. Ease into it. It's the only one I've ever seen that does that. But man, there are about 30% of the people have these weird itchy reactions, and they just dilute it more. That's all you got to do. Now, you need to slip into metabolic regulation and nutrient partitioning, right? Retatrutide. This is like the next gen GLP agonist, like garbage like semaglutide and tirzepatide. Stay away from that stuff. This is a triple agonist, GLP-1, GIP, glucagon. I talk about it all the time. It very powerfully regulates blood sugar, suppresses appetite, promotes weight loss. Obesity and hyperinsulinemia, by the way, are the primary drivers of aging and disease. So watch, by achieving and maintaining a nice, lean, fit body composition. Listen, you guys, and your big is beautiful. Your biology hates it. By solving that equation and becoming lean, you remove a massive inflammatory and metabolic burden from your damn system. This complements the fat burning effect of the GH axis that's already being restored. Longevity is a long-term game. You're playing chess, not checkers. So play this for life because you get one. So make the life count. And then come in with a repair system, BPC 15. Love this stuff. This is regeneration at 100x. It accelerates healing of just about every tissue you've got. Muscles, tendons, ligaments, gut lining, right? Tight junction proteins, neurological structures, your friggin' toenails. It promotes angiogenesis, the new blood cell formation, right? Modulates systemic inflammation. For longevity, by the way, systemic low-grade inflammation is the killer. That's what's causing it's one of my 3 biological failures. EPC 157 acts as a systemic repair and anti-inflammatory agent. It heals all the micro tears systemically, muscles, tendons, ligaments, tissues, even the damage in the blood-brain barrier, your gut, your joints, all of the things that contribute to chronic pain and inflammation as you age. That's it. If you're waiting for more, that's it. You don't have to get complicated. But this isn't a random collection of things I just threw together. This is a very clean system. Watch. CJC with DAC and Ipamorelin rebuilds your body's structural and hormonal foundation. MOTS-C is going to ensure the cellular engines, the little nuclear reactors, run very cleanly and very effectively and just efficient as hell. They're just, like I always call it, a big fat yield of ATP just comes out. Remember, everything you're doing, even me snapping my finger right now, is ATP driven. Everything is being funded in your life by energy creation, ultimately the Krebs cycle, the TCA cycle, right? Retatrutide is going to manage your metabolic load, so it's going to keep you very lean and married with MOTS-C, by the way, is going to make you highly insulin sensitive, which is an incredible thing to be, by the way. A BPC 157, ongoing maintenance and repair of the entire ecosystem, yours, your body, the entire engine, the entire system. So watch, here's what you're doing. You're simultaneously optimizing anabolism, metabolism, and repair. You're not fighting aging with one tool and wondering why you keep getting hit all over the place. You're attacking it on every single front, everything that's going on in your body metabolically with a very synchronized and scientifically designed regimen that works. Listen, you can, if you want to, I'm not going to, but you can. I'm giving you this. How much money have I asked you for? None. What do I have to gain from this? Nothing. Like I said, I don't care. Go buy from my competitors. I don't care. Don't join my black card. None of that matters to me. What do I have to gain? What do I really have to gain? Nothing. I'm already in an epic life with an incredible family, with a knockout, beautiful wife that adores me, that I adore for 2 decades, creating this dream that I've wanted to live for so long. And I'm trying to bring everybody with me to the top. That's it. I told you my goal is to help people cure 1 million people in the next year. And I think I'm going to make that number bigger. I want to go 10 million. I want to get on every stage. I want to get in front of everybody. And I want to just barf out answer and solution after solution to people. I can't do it without you guys sharing stuff. So you have to, if you're like, I can't stand this guy, that's between you and God. But I also don't sugarcoat it. I don't fluff you. I don't sit there and go, it could be like that. Listen, this is the fucking truth. There's no sugarcoating here. It's what you need. But I'm giving you the answers because everybody else is covering it with manure and hoping something beautiful is going to grow. I'm just not going to do that. But you can, like I told you, I want to build my life so big, so massive, so vast, and so powerful with the help of our under God, not the help. It's all him, man. And I want to bring every single person who wants to come with me to the top, get every goal, every victory, every dream, everything you've ever wanted. I just want to help you get there. Can't do that if your machine isn't working right. You guys talk, I want to make money. I make so much money and I'm blessed by God because of that. And I just want to teach everybody how to do it. I have an incredible marriage. I want to teach everybody how to do it. I know how to solve, maybe this is going to come out egotistical. I don't know. Don't really care. Every disease, because I care that much about mankind to put in the time and the energy and the effort to figure them out. You got to decide what you're going to do with it. So you're standing at the cliff, man. You're right at the precipice. You can accept this narrative of decline and you can go, I'm going to try something different. Then all I hear is you're going to try something easier because that's easier. That's the ultimate nature of it being easy. You can buy all the supplements, which, listen, there's some supplements out there I think are great. And if you guys want me to do a supplement review, I will. I told you I'm going to do, there's a Coke Zero sitting right over there. That's what I'm pointing at. I'm going to do an episode on Coke Zero. No, it's not good for me. No, absolutely. You're absolutely correct. But you can buy all the supplements. You can do the trendy fasts and stir your water with a little glass rod and think that autophagy is 18-6 fasting, and that's the only thing you ever have to do, and that's fine. You can hope for the best. You can. That's fine. A lot of the times, though, here's the issue. There's a whole bunch of metabolic damage that's been going on for a lot longer than you knew about it. When it showed up, there's already 80% of the system that's got the crap beat out of it. So I'm sitting here going, how do we, instead of walking back through all of the damage and unwinding that Gordian knot, how do you get through that as fast as possible to rocket you to the top of juggernaut status and build this robust, virtually indestructible physiology that can do all the things that you used to be able to do that you wish you could do right now that nobody seems to be able to answer? Like all the questions, you're like, well, I've been to so many doctors. I get this all the time. I get messages all the time. I've been to so many doctors. Why do you think I come out and I give you the answers? So I'm sick and tired of the doctors, the medical system, the medical industrial complex lying to you guys and dragging it. Oh, it'll take about 1.5 years for you to get in. Are you out of your mind? I'm usually belting out answers. I go in my black card and help people every day. Every morning I go in, I answer all the comments. That's it. And then I don't even look at, so if you guys are like, oh, hey, what about you? Yeah. Oh, I sent you messages. No, you didn't. I answer them every morning. Once I'm done, I'm not looking at it again. Why? Because I have 1 million other things to do, but I answer everybody at least once a day. The longest it'll be is 48 hours. Or if you piss me off, then I ignore you. But I'm just giving you a hard time. If that's you, take the hint. Don't be a dick. I want you to win, but not asking moronic questions nonstop. So you can stand at the precipice, like I said, of this managed decline and this narrative that you're supposed to just get all beat up, or you can pick up the freaking tools that exist that, like I said, wherever you buy them, you can pick the brains and get the knowledge from the people that actually have the answers, who want you to win. And you can understand modern molecular biology and all the things that it's given you. And the tools are very precise. They're very studied and they are devastatingly effective. You can do all that. The choice is yours. But this isn't about living forever. You do know that, right? That's pure fantasy. This is about health span. This is about compressing morbidity just like into this final chapter of your life. This is about being strong and vital and powerful and immunopowerful and psychologically powerful. And your physiology is just like, you are the wrecking ball. It's not going through you. You are the wrecking ball going through life, just mowing out like every Goliath that gets in your way. You're just taking the head. You have this mentally sharp, powerful machine that you are piloting every single day that you're alive. The data is here. It's not something that somebody's making up, and I have nothing to gain by giving this to you. The biochemistry is irrefutable, period. Like, I always use gravity. I pick up this mug and I drop it and I don't catch it like Sho Kosugi in Enter the Ninja or whatever it was, Revenge of the Ninja. By the way, if you know your 80s movies, where he catches a coffee cup and then he smiles and puts it back on the table. Anyway, just saying, it's going to hit the ground every time. The power is no longer sitting there resting in some weird pharmaceutical company that's trying to bury you with symptomatology and lies and sales gimmicks, or the medical elite. It is in your hands right here. So you have a choice to be this passive patient or some actual aggressively active engineer of your own biology. It is all up to you, 100%. You listen to me, don't listen to me. That's entirely up to you. Either way, I'm going to keep showing up. Hope you guys got something from this. I got to go. Never miss.